Good afternoon. I'm Deborah Nutter, Senior Associate Dean and Professor of Practice, as well as the founding director of the GMAP program here at the Fletcher School of Law and Diplomacy at Tufts University. I'm honored to be here with Janine Di Giovanni, who is a GMAP graduate and most recently served as Middle East editor at Newsweek. Welcome, Janine.
Thank you.
It's great to have you back on campus.
Oh, I'm so happy to be back, really.
I want you to tell us a little bit more about yourself. You've done a lot of work reporting out of both Syria and Iraq, and I know Kosovo before then. You're focused on ISIS and other insurgency groups in the Middle East. In fact, your latest book, which I have here and have really enjoyed reading, Dispatches from Syria, the Morning They Came for Us, is about that experience. Could you tell us a little bit about the book and why you wrote it?
The book is a culmination of more than 6 years of researching, doing field work inside Syria from both sides. It's largely accounts of war crimes and crimes against humanity. I've been a journalist working in the field, a foreign correspondent, for nearly all my career, 25 years, a long time. I started in Bosnia back in the 90s and basically worked through every violent conflict since then. But my year at Fletcher, which I'm sure we're going to talk about, has really enriched me in a way that I don't think I could have gotten from field work alone. And I really think I was finishing it while I was here, and it helped me analyze situations, and it helped me put things in context. Our negotiation classes were very important for me because I was writing a lot about the UN negotiations on Syria. So back to the book. The book is basically an account of the war in Syria told from the point of view of people living through the war and what happens to them.
You also did a documentary on
Yes.
Syria, and I believe it was for that documentary that you won the Courage in Journalism Award.
Yes, the Courage in Journalism Award I was very, very proud to get. It's from the International Women's Media Foundation, and it basically is an organization that looks after all women journalists globally. So not just women in the West, in America, and North America, and Western Europe, but women working in places like Colombia, Mexico, the Philippines, women who are really on the front line. And they gave me that award last year. It was a real extraordinary year because I graduated from Fletcher and GMAP, and I got that award, and my book came out. So it's almost as though sometimes you work and you work and you work and you trudge, and then you get a moment when things come together. And I'm really certain that my year at Fletcher had a huge role in that.
And I think you know that your role in the class was very important. You
hope so.
gave it so much energy and intellectual verve. You're off to the Council on Foreign Relations in September as the Edward Murrow Fellow.
Yes.
Can you tell us what you might be doing there?
I'm a research fellow, and I'm going to be researching vanishing Christians in the Middle East. So I'll be really focused on minority issues of these groups of Christians who are ancient people that have been in northern Iraq, in Syria, the Copts in Egypt, and the attacks against them now, and how they are struggling to maintain their sense of community. So many of them are being driven out, and especially with ISIS, with the wars plaguing the area, it's almost going to be, I feel like, an account of a vanishing people. So I'll be working on that, and I'll be based in New York, but I'll be traveling back and forth to the Middle East and using all that the Council has to offer, which after Fletcher, I felt a real void in my life because I'd had this wonderful chance to be in a place where there was so much intellectual activity and so many people to bounce ideas off of. And the generosity of my colleagues was extraordinary. You know, people pulled each other through. I came here not having done mathematics for, 30 years or something.
I remember.
I know, I was in tears. And yet, people in my study groups who were, far better, and had skills that I didn't have, helped me. And I think that was the really extraordinary thing about this program, that the way that the generosity and the way that people enriched each other. It was an experience that was extraordinary. So hope to have something like that at the council as well.
Well, we are thrilled you're coming back to be the commencement speaker for this year's
Yeah.
class tomorrow, and we're very much looking forward to what you have to say.
I'm very excited about that. Thank you so much for bringing me back. I'm really thrilled to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.